Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here is my life and fitness and everything. But this one is special because I just competed in my first NPC bodybuilding show for the very first time, April 5th, 2025. And I want to share the journey with you all and get into the nitty gritty and the details of all of it while you watch this day unfold. I'm gonna talk about the day and I'm gonna answer a lot of questions that I got on in my DM. I got a lot of DMs and a lot of questions the day of the show and the day after. So I was like, you know what, that's perfect because I can answer these questions while I share the journey with you all because people really want to know like my thoughts behind it, what made me decide to do it and all of those things. So the first question I have is, what made you decide to do a bodybuilding competition in the first place? Honestly, I have thought about it before in the past. This was not my first time thinking about it, but every time I thought about it in the past, I immediately thought about how expensive it was. And then I really didn't think that I would be able to, I wasn't disciplined enough. And I feel like right now in my life, I needed it. So, what made me come to the decision this time and what made me actually decide to do it is seeing people inside of the gym community that I'm in, Extreme Compound. There's quite a few competitors inside of the gym. So the last show that they had, October 2024, I was inspired by a few of the men that competed and watching them get up there and compete because no women from the compound had competed. But I was like, you know what? I think I want to do it. And then I said it, I thought it, then I said it out loud, and then I said it to like someone that could actually make it happen. And I was like, you know what? Everybody seems to believe that I can do it. So I think I'm going to do it. That was the first reason why I decided to do it. And then the second part of that was, you know what? I am a full time trainer. I deal with a lot of different queens, similar lifestyles as mine, some that don't have the lifestyle that I have, but may have excuses, right? So I wanted to be able to inspire my queens to want to do more with their physical fitness and their wellness. Not necessarily to compete, but I wanted them to look at me and say, dang, if Chaz can do it, I can do it too. And then on the other part of that is I inspire to be an inspiration to a lot of different queens. That is literally one of my goals in terms of this health and wellness space that I'm taking up is I want to inspire queens to get up and do something and take control of their health. Because I'm so open and transparent on my journey in terms of fitness on my social media, I knew that even the queens outside of my training community would still be inspired because they see what I have going on. They see that I'm a mom of three. They see everything, and I wanted them to be inspired as well. So not so for me first, and then for anyone that needs the inspiration second. Okay. Question number two. How did you get into fitness overall? And what started your journey? Okay, so I got a lot of those questions. People are just, I don't know, people were just finding me like, well, then what made you do it? How you get into fitness? So honestly, my fitness journey started from me wanting to lose weight, do a push-up, run a mile. That's all I wanted to do. So many years ago now. It's been so long. It's been over a decade ago. I went to put on my favorite jeans and I couldn't fit them. And you know, like those favorite jeans that you wear for a while and they stretch with you? I had put them down for a couple months and I went to put them back on and I could not fit them. I was like, I got to figure out a way to lose weight. I can't do this anymore. My lifestyle at the time was, you know, I was young, so I was outside. I was at the bar. I was kicking it. I was eating unhealthy. There was no indication of health and like there was no nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't go on walks. I woke up every day and like just live my life without fitness, which is so crazy to me now thinking about my life before. And then it turned into this. I got really serious about my results over a decade ago, and I was able to lose over 50 pounds, and I was able to keep it off for a very long time. So, oh, my baby's in here. Yeah, so I was able to keep it off for a long time. So I guess I answered the question, but I started teaching Zumba at first because I started going to like these fitness classes. I went to like a boot camp class and I went to a Zumba class. Both instructors, shout out to y'all, Angie Smith and Beth and Lazaro. I will always give them their props for getting me started in my fitness journey, because I went to their class because I need to lose weight. And then those two instructors, and they're two completely different instructors, but they both made me want to be like them in the fitness space, if that makes sense. So they inspired me. And from there, I just kind of took off from there, doing what I thought was just going to be a hobby. And I only got into Zumba because I wanted a way to just kind of keep me fit. So I'm like, well, if I teach a class, I have to lose weight. I have to stay fit. So that's why I did it. It was all just self-serving, a self-serving journey at first. I was not thinking about inspiring anybody at that time. Number 3, what made you choose the wellness category specifically? Oh, I didn't choose it. My coach chose it. I didn't know anything about bodybuilding. I had no idea um, what it entailed. I did not know the difference in the categories and things like that. So I didn't particularly pick my category. My coach picked my category. How did you find or choose your coach? What stood out about them? Okay, so somebody had messaged me and asked me, they said something like, I want to get into it, help me. How did you find someone to help you? You can go online and find people to help you, but I was fortunate enough to know someone personally that is a coach and that has coached people inside of the show. So the coach that was coaching the men at the gym, I went to him and talked to him first. So there wasn't anybody else on the table in terms of who I would go with. I had a conversation with him. He thought that I could do it. So that's who I was going with. He the one who believed in me. He the one right here in the gym. I'm looking at people with amazing results from this coach. So I'm going to go with him. And that's Ron. That's who I went to. In Pursuit Training is who I ended up going with as my coach and then trainer. So he's also my trainer now. What was the hardest part of prep, physically and mentally? Okay, so the hardest part about prepping was, I don't think I've ever been held accountable that much in my life. Having to um, do check-ins and send weights and send pictures, no matter what it was showing. That was hard because um, I'm not used to that. I'm used to the one saying, send me this, do that. So then for me to have to be on the other side of that, it was uncomfortable and something that I had to get used to. And then physically, at first, it was the workouts because they were different. My first time working out with him was during this season, and it was not the easiest at first. You know, he had me going heavier, and we're trying to build muscle and pop out my hamstrings and do things like that. So we got to go heavier in weight, and that was difficult at first. Mentally, the hardest part was when the carbs was taken away. That was when I started having a tough time. Um, because and even also when the cheat meals got taken away, because I felt like when the cheat meals got taken away, my fun got taken away. There was no more going out to dinner with my husband. There was no more going to out to eat with my girlfriends. There was no more fun in terms of how I looked at it. I wasn't having fun no more. I looked at it. I'm not going out to dinner anymore. I'm not getting food. I'm not going to eat any food that I'm not cooking. So mentally, I was not allowed to have fun for like 2 months, and that seemed like an eternity. Like not being able to connect with my husband, like over a drink and a meal, or even at home at the end of the night having a drink and a meal with my husband. I was not able to do that. So mentally, that took a toll on me. And then when the carbs got cut, that was a whole nother mental roadblock I had to get over, because I was emotional, and I didn't even think that was going to make me emotional. So I was tired, I was emotional, I was moody, and I had to figure out how to get over all of that. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I got over all that. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I had to smoke. I was smoking way more than I normally smoke in real life. And I think it was because of the boredom. So I'm like, I'm bored. Let me go smoke. I'm bored. Let me go. And a lot of people say, like, how are you smoking? And don't you have cravings? And it's like, well, yeah, but not my cravings. I could control that because I feel like that's mental too. And I became so mentally tough when it came to like different uh foods and I don't know. Like I didn't have that issue. I just wanted to smoke. Like I would just go and smoke. If it was a nice day, I would sit on my patio or sit on my porch and smoke. I would and then go to bed or whatever. So smoking marijuana, it definitely got me through. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. So that was the only fun I could have because it was really taking me out. So I'm on number 6. How did you manage family life being a mom of 3, full-time training while prep? Okay. So I know a lot of people were like, oh, I need to figure out work-life balance. Nothing was going to get 100% during prep. My family, I asked my husband if I could do it. Yes, I asked my husband, can I compete? How do you feel about me competing? This is, it's going to be a change, in the way I look. It's going to be a change in how the house is running. I'm sure a lot of days I'm not going to feel like doing much. How do you feel about me competing? And my husband, because he is so freaking supportive, I have the best husband. Okay, I really do. My husband, God bless him. I have the best husband. So my husband was so supportive. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure him? I didn't think he was gonna say no because he knows like this is my job and this is what I do. And then it's only gonna get better, if I compete. But he was so supportive. Even I'm like, it's a little expensive. He was supportive. I never got any pushback from my husband. So we had already had conversation about me going. I could not, honestly, I can't imagine doing it with no support from my husband. And I know that's some things that women do go through, but I fortunately was blessed with a husband that's just supportive. Just he's so supportive, y'all. I could do a whole video on him and his support. But so it wasn't hard to manage everything because my family life is a little bit different. So it's me, my husband, and my oldest daughter are the 3 adults in the house. My oldest daughter is 25. And then I have a 16-year-old son and I have a 2-year-old daughter. And so with that being said, I was able to cook dinner at least twice a week up until about the last 2 months, 6, 8 weeks of prep. I didn't have it anymore. And I told them, like, y'all are literally about to fend for yourselves for this next 2 months. Good luck. Because I can't. I could only cook my food. If it's something left and you want it, you can have some. But they didn't want my food. And I'm not going to hold you. Life happened in the middle of this. There's no journey that you go on where you don't hit road. Like I lost a family member during prep. My father I had to stop what I was doing because my father needed to go to like the emergency room. I had to take my father to doctor's appointments. I had to do quite a few things and everything was not perfect during prep. As any journey that you're on, nothing is going to be perfect. You just have to be able to push forward. So I did as much planning as I could and prepping my family as I could for doing something that none of us have ever done before. And I think that it was okay. I never once came home and was arguing with my husband or anything. Like when I tell y'all this man has been so supportive and so sweet and so understanding, I, I didn't have an issue with I didn't have an issue when it came to family. Was it perfect in here? No. Was house junkie? Yep. Did meals get made all the time? Nope. Did was I having sex regularly, towards the end? Hell no. Like, so all of these things was going down. I don't care how pretty it looked. It wasn't that pretty. It wasn't perfect, but it was okay. Everybody survived. We still here. We good. We happy. Were there any moments where you wanted to give up? How did you pursue? No. Not I can honestly say it was not one day. It wasn't at one point, at one time that I said, I don't want to do this no more. Never. Like saying like I don't want to do this no more and like be joking or like mean for like that day, sure. But like I never once thought about quitting. Because once I put my mind to something, I put my heart to something, and I share with the world what I'm doing. That's another reason why I say stuff out loud. Because once it's out in the universe, it's out in the air, it was put to other people's ears, and they heard me say it. I'm about my business, and I stand on business even when it comes to myself, especially when it comes to myself. So if I said I'm doing something, I'm doing it. What surprised you the most about the process about yourself during prep? Um, I think I was surprised at how much I still did it when no one was around. So I guess that's that discipline part. Like the fact that I still got up and would go down the street to Planet Fitness and do what I had to do. I still did everything that I had to do. Even when it came down to extra snacking and stuff like that, it was not easy, but just really locking in. I've never locked in that much on nothing in my life. So I think I did surprise myself at how like locked in I got and laser focused. Like, nah, we in here. Like, I don't know. Like that's the only thing I got. Like that surprised me. How did you feel the moment you stepped on stage? I felt at home. So I walked on that stage, y'all. I threw my crown on. You couldn't tell me nothing. I have been practicing with my coach, my posing coach, for weeks, okay? I've been practicing with her for weeks. She got me all the way together. My posing coach, her name is Amy, and she is a pro out of Houston, Texas, and she got me together. She made me feel so confident. So, and because of just my personality and how I am, I didn't know if I was going to be nervous, and I thought I might have been, but I just kept saying, I'm calm and at peace. I am calm and at peace. I am confident. I exude confidence. Like when I stepped out there, I wasn't nervous at all. Like at all. I looked at the judges. I looked all of them in their eyes. I winked at them. I did what a queen is supposed to do. So I felt good. I will say this. This is something that I haven't shared out loud. So when I first decided that I was going to do the show, the first question I was asking, like my coach, I asked him first, like, do you really think I could do it? Because of how my body looked at the time. Like, it looked like it was just, and then I'm looking at how these girls look on stage, and I'm like, I am such a positive person, and I believe in affirmations so strongly. And it's easy for me to tell you, um, to make sure you do your affirmations. And it's easy for me to tell you, don't speak the things that you don't want. Only speak the things that you want. Only speak out loud the outcomes. And then trying to change my thoughts and switch my thoughts. That was hard for me because honestly, I it was I was having a hard time affirming myself. I was having a hard time affirming myself, but I couldn't speak it because I know the power of the tongue. So I was just like, ugh. Like every time I was having those negative thoughts about my body, or if I was going to be able to actually do it, I would try to switch it and it was hard because I honestly was so unsure if I was going to be able to get the body I have now in that amount of time. I'm like, I've been trying to get this stomach down for a long time and I have not been able to do it. So I don't understand what my coach about to do differently to make me look, like this, right? I remember going to Phil, Philip Whedon. I went to Phil and I asked Phil because out of all the people that I know, especially him, he has been a part of my journey for over a decade. So I went to him to ask him his honest opinion because he's not gonna lie to me. He is not, that one friend that's gonna tell you the truth. You either tell them your plans or you don't because you don't want to hear it. That's him. So I was like, Phil, honestly, like I'm thinking about doing a show, and he knows how much his opinion matters because I felt like out of everybody involved, he knows me. He knows my work ethic. He know me regardless of if he be playing and talking shit. He know me. Okay, so I was like, Phil, what do you think about? Do you think I could really do the show in April? And I was probably asking him this in the beginning of November or October or something like that. I'm like, you think I could do it? And he was like, yeah, it's not whether you can do it or not, it's the discipline of it all. And I'm like, but you think I could? Like, you think? And he was like, yes, dapped me up or whatever, and was like, yeah. So once he said it, I'm like, damn, Phil, think I can do it? But I was still like kind of questioning a little bit about if it was possible, but y'all, it was possible. So I did it. I will be doing it annually. I will be, my next goal is to continue to work towards the body that I want. My goals, my trainer knows my goals. I'm gonna always work with my coach. He's my trainer slash coach, or whatever you want to call it. He's all of that. So I'm gonna continue to work with him. I'm gonna do the show every April or May or whatever, but I'm gonna do it annually. I'm going to place first or overall next year, or both, who knows. Um, but I'm excited about this journey and deciding to keep going, even though that shit was hard. If you got any more questions or you want to know a video specifically on something in terms of the show or anything, just please comment. Please like, comment, share. I know I ain't been here in a while, but I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'm gonna be here more.